Hey, howdy. Hi. But I have been asleep for a minute. I wanted to get on earlier, but something happened. I'm gonna put on some music. Sorry I'm so quiet. I'm just trying to get my shit together. Yeah, excuse me. I almost spilled something.
with you.
And prayers are with you. Pray for all.
And what did you do again?
I'm in a sales.
Doggy bag.
A doggy bag is $90, a tea bag is $50. But I'll have to ask you to excuse me right now. See, I'm kinda, on a real date.
That's all pimp. That's all pimp. No, that's all pimp name slick. That's all pimp. That's all pimp. That's all pimp. No, that's all pimp name. That's all pimp name slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, nigga, slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
Having a little trouble on this hand.
Pimp name slick back. Pimp name slick back.
Let me try something different.
Slick back.
Nigga, are you deaf? I'm a pimp name slick back. Pimp name slick back. Pimp name slick back. I'm a nigga, are you deaf? I'm a pimp name slick back. Pimp name slick back. Pimp name slick back. I'm a pimp name slick back.
Back.
I'm a pimp name slick back.
Back.
I'm a pimp name slick back. Nigga, are you deaf? I'm a pimp name slick back. Say it with me, nigga. I'm a pimp name
Slick back. Slick back. Slick back. Slick back. Slick back.
Say it with me, nigga. I'm a pimp. Nigga, 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 I'm a pimp. That's all pimp. That's all pimp.
Do this instead. I think I'm gonna... I just realized that I haven't been on shuffle, so this playlist has just been kind of boring. I think I'm gonna watch something instead. I got a bunch of stuff that I've been kind of looking at.
Of gold, though he didn't have very many things to say about it other than anyone who landed there would immediately be torn to pieces. Eat Singh explained to his readers that this island does not produce iron at all. Gold and silver also are rare, so does that mean they had it or not? But regardless, a more important question is, how have they managed to get their hands on a steady enough supply of iron to justify making these large iron tools for possibly millennia? The ships that occasionally found themselves wrecked off the island probably weren't enough to supply the Sentinelese with the iron they needed, which raises the possibility that they may have had even more extensive relationships with outsiders than we'd think in order to obtain it. Although most medieval mentions of the Andamans are pretty explicit about how dangerous it is to find yourself on them, maybe repetitions of the sort of canoe-to-ship, spur-of-the-moment trade deals Yi Tsing and the Arab travelers describe were happening on a more regular basis than we'd think. But there is a third possibility. George Webber, on his excellent archived site all about the Andamanese, outlines a really unique legend the Andamanese have about how they first encountered iron. The first man, named either Tomo or Dooku, went on a fishing expedition one day and shot an arrow. He missed his target and instead struck a hard substance that proved to be a piece of iron. The legend states that this was the first iron found by the natives. From the new substance, Dooku made himself an arrowhead, with which he also scarified or tattooed himself. He then sang a ditty to the effect that now that he was scarified, nothing could strike him. Weber raises the possibility that this might be recounting the chance discovery of meteoric iron, since there are no known iron deposits on the Andamans, though I think it might just be referring to some piece of iron junk that washed up on a beach somewhere. Maybe that's another way the Sentinelese have been getting their iron. Though then again, last time I checked, metal doesn't flow too well. Tsunami Uplifting Event 2004. On Boxing Day of 2004, a devastating tsunami ripped through the Indian Ocean and hit the Andamans hard. Thousands of Indians on the main islands lost their lives, and the rescue efforts were painfully slow. Eventually, the Indian government decided to dispatch a helicopter to check in on the Sentinelese, expecting the worst, but when it flew over the island, it found its occupants alive and healthy enough to face the helicopter down with their bows. Boats also reportedly came by to see how they were doing, but met with the same response. And the pictures from this of blurry, uncontacted tribespeople facing down a helicopter with such ancient tech fired people's imaginations the world over. And prior to the untimely death of John Allen Chow, the taking of these photographs was probably the most well-known vignette in the island's history. And it's still a pretty well-known story, but there's a bigger picture, as per usual. The aerial survey wound up citing 32 living Sentinelese and no casualties, but the earthquake that created that tsunami completely changed the makeup of their island, and their way of life must have changed with it. Parts of the island were uplifted 1 to 2 meters, while other parts sunk, though generally the shallow coral reefs around the island dried up, and even some small outlying islands, like Constance Island, just off its southeastern corner, were joined to the mainland, so North Sentinel actually grew quite a bit. But an expedition sent out to them in 2005 found out that wasn't exactly ideal for the Sentinelese. Vishwajit Pandya, who was part of it, later wrote, "I realized that the aerial photographs or the satellite images could not convey the scale of the change that had taken place. That's because that extra land of theirs was just a 70 to 150 foot wide barrier of stinking sun-dried coral, which created what seemed to be an impassable barrier between North Sentinel's former beach and the new coastline. I mean, would you want to walk over the equivalent of 70 feet of Legos just to get your toes wet? No, though obviously that doesn't apply everywhere on the island, and there are still bits where the water is still pretty close to the tree line. But this has definitely thrown a wrench in the sort of gift drops the Indian authorities had been conducting with the Sentinelese since 1967. Pandya says, "Now it is not possible for the Sentinelese to just stand on the sandy beach and have a visual contact with the contact party. Neither is it possible for the Sentinelese to drag their canoes onto the sandy shoreline and launch it into the sea. In fact, during my 2005 visit, after a long search, we did spot a group of 6 Sentinelese standing and staring at us, waiting for the gunny bags full of coconuts to be cast towards them. It was practically impossible for them to come towards the waterline. The bags of coconuts were dropped, but the Sentinelese didn't manage to collect it, nor could we deposit it for them. But they've clearly been able to adapt somehow. I mean, they're still out there, and they certainly don't seem to want any help from us, so good for them." And it's a bit ironic that the Sentinelese, as well as their better understood cousins on the bigger Andaman Islands, the Ongis and the Jarawa, managed to withstand the tsunami better than its modern settlers, despite how advanced they are in comparison. Maybe the Sentinelese had a better understanding of early warning signs modern people just aren't as attuned to, like the movements of birds and the behavior of animals, or just the fact that the earth shook and the waters receded for a moment. Both the Algis and the Jarawa reportedly had the intuitive understanding that they needed to get to higher ground, deeper in their forests, because of their folklore telling them to do just that when the right signals came. The zoo hypothesis. This refers to the pretty popular idea that the Sentinelese are a real-life example of the zoo hypothesis, the philosophical notion that Earth is just a big zoo for super-advanced aliens who could otherwise easily wipe us out, but instead...
This is what I was thinking of before, because there is that hypothesis is that we're just in a big zoo, that we were all created from fucking aliens, and, like, they're just observing us and just seeing all the fucked up shit we do. And like, there could have been many generations before us. Because I think it's also possible that we're kind of on a cycle. And I mean, that's a possibility. But this is all just theory shit. It's probably not real. God's probably the creator of all. God made mommy and daddy and all the animals. And God made the sun, and God made all the rocks everywhere.
to just watch our silly antics for their own amusement instead. And then I guess that entails maybe occasionally visiting us up close to see how we react. That seems to describe a nature reserve better than a zoo, but you get what I mean. It's pretty similar to how we treat the Sentinelese, and so the Sentinelese are often cited as evidence that it's at least possible. And just think of what it must be like from their perspective. Yeah, I'm sure they understand by now that we're just people like them, though early on some other Andamanese did think of outsiders as ancestral ghosts. They do, however, constantly come into contact with technology they can't possibly fathom, wielded with ease by people whose origins and motives and intentions are totally inconceivable. Like, what the was going through their heads when they saw that guy's blowtorch? And what do they even think motorboats and cargo ships are? Do they understand that they're just bigger versions of the outrigger canoes they use and the washed-up fishing dinghies they're familiar with, or some kind of horrific mechanical monster, as some have suggested, that just so happen to die on their beaches once in a while? No wonder they're afraid of us getting too close, and they don't know that the squiggles they see on the boats people bring by are letters and numbers. They have no idea how our weapons work, they don't know why we leave gifts for them, and they certainly don't understand that pieces of colored paper with more squiggles on them mean they belong to India. It's a cool concept, and hey, maybe it's true. I mean, it would definitely explain all the UFO footage that's been coming out, I guess. You might expect this entry to be lowered down because of how existentially freaky it is, but I think in general it's one of the best known things associated with the island. The YouTuber incident of 2025. Oh my gosh, what are we doing, these poor islanders? This is the most recent news story from the island, so tons of other people have already covered it, and it's still sort of a developing story, so I'll be brief. In March of 2025, a 24-year-old small-time American travel vlogger named Mikhailo Polyakov was arrested by the Indian authorities after landing on North Sentinel Island. He didn't want to proselytize to the Sentinelese or try to establish friendly relationships with them. No, he just did it for the views. It was just a publicity stunt. And before this, he even LARPed as Lord Miles and went into Taliban-controlled Afghanistan for the same reason, uploading a moderately successful 5...
What? That is so fucking insane. Just sneaking into the fucking Middle East and fucking YouTubing it all? Dude, that is... I am not built for that kind of exposure. I'd have a heart attack at the fucking airport.
The publicity stunt. And before this, he even LARPed as Lord Miles and went
Or
into Taliban-controlled
on the sea.
Afghanistan for the same reason, uploading a moderately successful 5-part series on it to his channel. The channel's name pretty much tells you everything you need to know about him, it seems. He got to the island in an inflatable boat with a Suzuki motor he assembled at a local workshop attached to it that he launched from a place called Kerma Dere Beach on the western coast of South Andaman around 1 in the morning. During his 5-minute long early morning foray onto one of the island's beaches, he didn't even meet any Sentinelese. He just left a half-drunk can of Diet Coke and a coconut on the ground and collected some useless sand samples. The footage on his GoPro was impounded by the Indian police anyways, so in the end he doesn't even have a video to show for it, although that might change. But other than that, I really, really hope none of the Sentinelese drank from that can. Imagine how many diseases it could transfer to them. For all we know, the islanders might be suffering from a horrible epidemic right now because of Polyakov. We don't know. And this wasn't even the guy's first attempt at reaching the island. In October of 2024, he tried using an inflatable kayak to get over there, presumably also from South Andaman, but staff at the hotel he was staying at were able to stop him that time. Then he visited the islands again in January of 2025 when he illegally recorded some of the Jarawa, some of the Sentinelese closest relatives, on Baratang Island. But after this latest incident, he was taken to a local court and remained in police custody for at least 3 days. And there was some uncertainty over where he was and what would happen to his YouTube channel, but apparently he's out because just 3 days ago, as of writing this, he released a teaser for an upcoming video about his stupid stunt on the island, which consists of footage of the island he took on a plane above it, and interestingly, some of the footage he took while on the boat heading to or from the island itself. So maybe he was somehow able to negotiate the footage back, or maybe this is from his first attempt on that kayak. I'm not sure. How many are there? The answer to this question, as with most other questions us in the outside world have about North Sentinel, is that there isn't an answer. We just don't know. But there are some rough guesses. And by rough, I mean rough, because the estimates of how many living Sentinelese there are range from a measly 15 to a whopping 400 and even 500. Because again, they're all just educated guesses. A 2011 census says that the population stands at a measly 15. TK Pandit, who I think has to qualify, all just educated guesses. A 2011 census says that the population stands at a measly 15. TK Pandit, who I think has to qualify as the world's leading expert on the Sentinelese because he literally wrote the book on them based on his interactions with them over decades, from 1967 to 1991, guesses that there were some 80 to 100 of them at the time. That might not sound like a lot, but even Pandit himself says that that's an optimistic estimate, and clarified that besides, the area of the island is about 60 square kilometers, which would normally support a population of only about 40 in terms of hunting-gathering economy standards, whereby one man roughly needs about 1.5 square kilometers of forest land to survive. But that ignores the fact that they have rich sea resources all around the island. Pandit also estimates that a single sea turtle weighing 15 to 50 kilograms could support a whole band of 20 to 30 people for a couple of days. And in any case, groups of up to 30 to 60 people have actually been observed on the beach in single encounters. But a lot of the time, the expeditions Pandit was attached to didn't encounter anyone, or much smaller groups of 2 to 12, suggesting to him that they must keep moving around in search of food and lead a semi-nomadic existence. More recently, another leading expert on the Sentinelese, Vishvajit Pandya, has a less optimistic take, based on his own observations from being to the island 3 times between 1993 to 2005, and just the general consensus among administrators in Port Blair. He thinks the population stands at about 40, and the historical estimates he's collected, though incredibly variable, and this 500 in particular is incredibly unrealistic, shows a little bit of gradual decline, which just seems so odd. Imagine if just 40 people are at the heart of all this intrigue and fascination and controversy and debate surrounding North Sentinel. The Close Encounters, 1991.
Aliens.
The Sentinelese had been
I'll be right back.
regularly visited by Indian gift-dropping missions, which mostly just gave them endless bags of coconuts throughout the 70s and 80s. The islanders were mostly happy with their gifts, but understandably didn't let their uninvited guests get anywhere near them, and when they overstayed their welcome, the Sentinelese would respond with open hostility. But they finally chose to break out of their shells a bit and allowed the outsiders to get the closest they've ever and probably will ever get to them in 1991, when they willingly approached at least two different Indian contact parties to make hand-to-hand contact with them. The many encounters between the Indian authorities and the Sentinelese that took place prior to this, which were spearheaded by that anthropologist guy, Triloknath Pandit, are equally interesting, especially since they provide us some of our only peeks at what lies inside the island's mysterious interior. But I decided to leave those juicy details for later, because the events of 1991 probably comprise the best-known amicable encounters between the Sentinelese and the modern world. On January 4th, 1991, a gift-dropping mission was sent to North Sentinel Island yet again. Pandit wasn't involved this time, but his colleagues Madhumala Chattopadhyay and Mr. S.A. Arawati were, along with a whole gaggle of bureaucrats who competed to take part in the expedition. They approached one of the island's beaches in a motorized dinghy launched from a ship named the MV Tarmugli, which must have been a familiar sight to the Sentinelese because that same ship had been routinely reused to ferry contact parties to and from the island for decades at this point, since at least 1970. At first, none of the Sentinelese were coming out, but then a few of them stepped out of the jungle and began making gestures the anthropologists seemed to have correctly identified as pleas for gifts. They also appeared unarmed, which was somewhat unusual, though not completely unprecedented. Instead, they only carried some mesh baskets and some of their giant adzes, presumably to crack the coconuts open. As the Indian contact party threw their coconuts into the surf, 5 of the Sentinelese waded into the water, and some others got into one of their canoes to retrieve them. The contact party gestured for the Sentinelese to come closer, but that's when their usual caution kicked in, so the crew of the Tarmugli went to lunch. They returned that afternoon and witnessed something remarkable. One Sentinelese guy started getting a bit fidgety with his bow and arrows, but then some older woman began reprimanding him for it, and the visit commenced peacefully after he ritually buried them in the sand. So the Sentinelese sort of literally buried the hatchet, at least for the time being. This gesture signaled a great many more Sentinelese to materialize out of the forest and wade to the dinghy, and then they just began exchanging coconuts hand to hand. Ironically, one of the people photographed doing this, S.A. Awaradi, a local director of tribal welfare, had written a poignant argument for leaving the islanders completely alone almost exactly a year before. And he wrote, What right does the modern man have got to interfere in the totally isolated tribal life of the Sentinelese? What right does he have to decide unilaterally to impose his friendship on the Sentinelese, who has been vehemently resisting it? Is it not their fundamental community right to live their own way, which they have been enjoying time immemorial? Pandit attempted to replicate this kind of close encounter just a few weeks later at the same location, perhaps with the hopes of cementing their newfound friendly relationship. His party were greeted by another big group of Sentinelese, and they arguably got even closer than before. In addition to wading up to the expedition's dinghy, 2 Sentinelese men even clambered aboard it, which tends to happen during gift drops to their cousins, the Jarawa. Pandit later told the BBC, "We were puzzled why they allowed us. It was their decision to meet us, and the meeting took place on their terms." Pandit even jumped into the water himself, going neck deep as he distributed coconuts directly by hand to the Sentinelese, when previously he'd mostly just hurriedly dropped off bags of coconuts on the beach, run off, and then wait to see when the ever-cautious Sentinelese would come out and get them. According to Pandit, there was no threat and no hostility, and he recounts that for a few minutes he was alone in the water, completely surrounded by the Sentinelese. But after Pandit became separated from the main body of Indians, the Sentinelese made it all too clear that they had had enough. When a young Sentinelese man, or boy, made a funny face, drew his knife out, and mimed cutting Pandit's head off. So, seeing where things were going, Pandit made the smart choice to immediately get the dinghy to pick him back up. He was familiar with how the islanders tell people to screw off, later telling Indian Express, "If we tried to venture into their territory without respecting their wishes or got too close for comfort, they would turn their back on us and sit down on their haunches, as if to defecate. That was meant to be an insult. If we didn't pay heed and stop, they would shoot arrows as a last resort." During past expeditions to the island, he had also witnessed the Sentinelese firing off warning shots from their bows that seemed to have been deliberately shot off mark, even while their targets were well in range. So the Sentinelese don't just arbitrarily riddle trespassers with arrows. They have the courtesy to give them some due warning. But besides the knife incident that ended this encounter, it's remembered as being mostly friendly and mostly characterized by smiles and excitement. Despite how exciting it was, though, Pandit couldn't help feeling a palpable sense of loss. He later told fellow author Adam Goodhart in the latter's New Delhi hotel room, "They must have come to a decision that the time had come, that they voluntarily came forward to meet us. It was unbelievable. It couldn't have happened on the spur of the moment. But there was this feeling of sadness also. I did feel it. And there was the feeling that at a larger scale of human history, these people who were holding back, holding on, ultimately had to yield. It's like an era in history gone. The islands have gone. Until the other day, the Sentinelese were holding the flag, unknown to themselves. They were being heroes, but they have also given up." Maybe he's reading a bit too much into it there, but I think it's pretty poignant. And because of the magnitude of this occasion, or at least its perceived magnitude, it's even been reported that after the whole thing was said and done, the debate over who first touched the Sentinelese became an emotionally charged issue within various sectors of the Andamanese administration, where claims and counterclaims were sought to be established with earnestness and vigor. The later 90s would also witness the Sentinelese closest relatives, the Jarawa, come out of their jungle hideouts en masse to initiate peaceful contact with Indian settlers, who they had hitherto had a rather strained and even violent relationship with. But for whatever reason, it was almost simultaneously decided that official gift drops to the Sentinelese would be put to an end. Though what exactly was going on between the Indian authorities and the shipbreakers dismantling Primrose and the Sentinelese themselves in the later 90s is really murky, and different sources contradict each other about its exact end date. Either way, the Sentinelese haven't opted to open up any further than they did in 1991, and I'm sure their unfortunate run-ins with fishermen and missionaries and maybe the odd poacher and of course YouTubers hasn't helped much. Addendum. A Nat Geo article published in the aftermath of Chow's demise based on Chattopadhyay's testimony reveals more details I missed at first glance. Chattopadhyay returned to the island a second time with Pandit in February of 1991, with an even larger group than before, and apparently the administration wanted to make the Sentinelese familiar with all of them, maybe pointing to the hope that the islanders would open up to sustained contact, though I'm not sure about that. Chattopadhyay repeats the detail that one or maybe multiple Sentinellis climbed into the team's boat, apparently to take an entire bag of coconuts, and they even tried to take the rifle belonging to the police, mistaking it to be a piece of metal. Or maybe not. Who knows? And she repeats the fact that the expedition ended with a knife being drawn, in a manner similar to what Pandit remembers, but she added that it was only because one of the team members tried to take an ornament made out of leaves worn by a Sentinelese man. A few months later, she embarked on yet another expedition to North Sentinel, but poor weather conditions spoiled it, and they didn't land. They didn't even see any of the Sentinelese. But I think the most intriguing detail she adds is that according to her, the reason why the first expedition wasn't cut short by arrow fire was because she spoke to the Sentinelese using some Andamanese words she'd picked up while doing fieldwork among the other tribes, which incited the Sentinelli woman to chastise her male counterpart for aiming at the expedition. But frustratingly, the article doesn't specify whether she was using Ongi or Jarawa, and even what word she used, but she did apparently overhear what she thought was an identifiable phrase in the Jarawa language, Nariyela Jaba Jaba, which, okay, now that I'm saying it out loud, it sort of sounds ridiculous, but it very well could be, since that's only a quote-unquote hunch. Another recent article in Nature, this time from 2024, adds that a piece of coral was thrown by one of the Sentinelese men when Pandit became separated from the group, who were apparently oblivious to what was going on. It also taught me that, contrary to my previous assumptions, official expeditions to North Sentinel Island are still being launched, though they seem to keep more of a distance now. They're run by a wing of local government meant to handle the welfare of the native Andamanese called the Andaman Adam Janjati Vikas Samiti, AAJVS, and they're only meant to ensure the social well-being of the Sentinelese people and to obtain headcounts of them. The Portman Expedition, 1880. There's one traumatic incident in particular that probably explains a lot of the Sentinelli's persistent resistance to the modern world. But it didn't happen in the 21st century or even the 20th century. It happened in January of 1880. And everything we know about it comes from the man who instigated it, a mysterious upper-class British colonial administrator named Maurice Vidal Portman, when the Andaman Islands were still ruled by the British. He played a big part in the island's story, visiting it off and on from 1880 to 1895, and crucially gave us some of our earliest and most detailed insights into the islanders' culture and their relationships with the other Andamanese. But that's near the bottom of the iceberg, so you'll have to wait for those juicy, juicy details. Portman was born in 1860 to an aristocratic family. His grandfather had even been a viscount, so he was sort of in the peerage, but for whatever reason he seems to have severed ties with his family and headed to the East Indies, where at only 19 years old he was made officer in charge of the Andamanese in 1879. He was extraordinarily curious about them and their lifestyle, though in a rather strange, condescending way typical of a Victorian. For example, he once said, "In many ways, they closely resemble the average lower-class English country schoolboy." I don't know if that's a compliment to the Andamanese or an insult to the English lower class, or both, but that's what he said. Portman was also oddly fond of taking photographs of them in different artificial and often poses, so I should mention here that there are allegations that he was a predator, but other sources claim that he was genuinely well loved amongst the Andamanese, to the envy of other contemporary anthropologists. But again, on the flip side, he also ran these things that were known as Andaman homes, which were essentially orphanages meant to inject British civilization into kidnapped Andamanese people, and he reportedly ran them efficiently and competently for longer than anyone else. By the time he retired in 1901, he'd written multiple books on the Andamanese, including a 2-volume book entitled The History of Our Relations with the Andamanese, which details his different forays onto North Sentinel, as well as a bunch of other stuff. But his first expedition there, undertaken only months after arriving in the Andamans, is the best known of them by far. I've heard it repeated again and again, but often with crucial details missing. And there's a reason why it's the best known of them. It was shockingly ruthless. But in order to give you the full picture, let me read what Portman himself wrote about it. I can't do the accent, I just did, because it would destroy my lungs. So enjoy this other horrible English accent. Early in January 1880, I paid a visit to the North Sentinel Island, with Colonel Cattle. We saw tracks and villages, but none of the Aborigines. On the 26th of the same month, I went again to the island in the IGS Constance and stopped there for a fortnight. Captain Allen and Lieutenant Hooper of the Constance and Lieutenant H.H. Dobby of the European Detachment in Port Blair accompanied me in making a very thorough search throughout the interior of the island. The villages, weapons, and utensils of the North Sentinel people, I have since learnt, are exactly the same as those of the Ongis, and so far as I could tell, their customs seem to be the same. One day, while marching through the jungle, we came upon a camp of Jarawas, then an umbrella term the Sentinelese fit under, and captured a woman and 4 small children, unhurt. These were kept for a few days on board the Constance, and the woman and 1 child were then released with a quantity of presents. The Constance, a sailing schooner, went back to Port Moet for a day, during which time Lieutenant Hooper and I camped on a small islet off the northwestern end of the Sentinel. During the night, a bonfire, which we had lighted as a beacon for the Constance to steer by, attracted a very large number of sea snakes, Hydrophis species, which crept round us on the sand, and as their bite was certain death, effectually banished sleep. He had a little bit of a sense of humor. Anyways, a few days later, while crossing the island from the southeast to the western coast, Lieutenant Hooper and I met on a track the island from the... He had a little bit of a sense of humor. Bite was certain death, effectually banished, crept round us on the sand, and as their bite was certain death, effectually banished sleep. He had a little bit of a sense of humor. Anyways, a few days later, while crossing the island from the southeast to the western coast, Lieutenant Hooper and I met on a track in the middle of the forest, an old man with his wife and child. Our party was spread out in crescent formation, and the Jarawas came to the center where Lieutenant Hooper and I were. The old man had drawn his bow and was about to fire at Lieutenant Hooper's head when my convict orderly, a Pathan named Amir, who had been stationed at the right point of the crescent and had got behind the Jarawas, jumped on his back and spoilt his aim. We caught the 3 unhurt and brought them on board. The next day we took the 6 Jarawa into Port Blair, where I kept them in my house for some days. They sickened rapidly, and the old man and his wife died, so the 4 children were sent back to their home with quantities of presents. Remarkably, and this seems to be left out of most other sources that quote Portman, he actually felt a little bit of self-awareness and recognized that the mission was an abject failure, though he does throw his fellow colonial Mr. Humphrey under the bus a bit. This expedition was not a success, for misled by Mr. Humphrey's statements regarding the numbers and ferocity of the Aborigines, they were met in a less conciliatory manner than was desirable, and we cannot be said to have done anything more than increase their general terror of and hostility to all comers. It would have been better to have left the islanders alone until the Ongis of the Little Andaman were tamed, and then to have approached them with the assistance of the latter. The facts which justify this view were not, however, known at the time. Later, after finding an Ongi interpreter named Tomiti, he wound up bringing him to North Sentinel in an attempt at communicating, which ultimately failed. In addition to this, Portman provides an almost unparalleled glimpse into the island's physical terrain, reporting that it's chiefly composed of coral and limestone. Large boulders of dead coral are to be found on the surface all over the island, the sharp edges of which make walking difficult and painful. But it's clear that he wasn't just making casual observations, and seems to have had some ulterior motives in mind. The soil is light and admirably suited for the growth of coconut palms, the surface drainage being excellent. The jungle is in many places open and park-like, and there are very beautiful groves of bulletwood trees. Magnificent specimens of the Bombas malabaricum are to be found, and interestingly, his account is the only one that stresses the Sentinelese' close relationship with the enormous trees they live around. The buttressed root of one was measured by Colonel Cattle and found to be 27 feet long and 15 feet high where it left the trunk. Aside from advertising North Sentinel as a potential coconut and hardwoods plantation, he then goes on to give a few really interesting remarks about what the Sentinelese themselves were like. The Aborigines are few in number and painfully timid. They resemble the Ongis, but of their language nothing is known. Their food, like that of the other Andamanese, consists of roots, fruit, fish, pig, and turtle, etc. And their methods of cooking and preparing their food resemble those of the Ongis, not those of the Aborigines of the Great Andaman. They dig small water holes in the dry weather and build lean-to huts, like those of the Jawas in the South Andaman, and of the Ongis, but do not make the large beehive-shaped huts seen as permanent villages in the Little Andaman among the Ongis. Sometimes they camp temporarily in the buttressed roots of trees. I have noticed exactly similar huts on the North Sentinel, the South Andaman, Rutland Island, the Senk Islands, and the South Brother Island. The North Sentinel Islanders smear themselves over with yellowish clay, as do the Jarawa tribes, but I have not seen them use red earth on their heads, possibly because this pigment is not found on their island. For reference, the Ongi put red earth on their closely shaved heads. This group of tribes do not wear the skulls of their deceased relatives, which is what the Great Andamanese do. But I have found, both on the North Sentinel and on the Little Andaman, the lower jawbones of men, ornamented with a fringe of twisted fiber, and evidently intended to be worn. In the former island, I also saw a skeleton of an old man, I think, placed in a large bucket in a sitting posture and hidden in the buttressed roots of a big tree. And, by the way, he likely stole the skeleton. In one place there, close to the village, was an immense heap of pig skulls, which delighted our Andamanese, as the tusks had not yet been taken from them, and my people spent an afternoon in collecting these. The Great Andamanese he's referring to as our Andamanese used boar's tusks as spoke shaves to smoothen their bowstrings. The Ongi bow is rough and coarse, so I guess they and the Sentinelese don't apply boar tusks to them. This mention of a heap of boar's skulls is really interesting, because T.K. Pandit recounts how he saw similar sights almost a century later in the 1970s. And that's all you're getting for today. Thank you so much for watching, especially after my 6-month-long hiatus. I know I haven't been around for a while. I have been working pretty much that entire time.
Uh-oh.
Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'm joined by my friend,
I am from Korea.
also known as the Shy Little Asian.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be ranking some food hacks, specifically of the ramyeon variety. We've got 2 recipes each. We're going to try them, rate them, see which one's the best.
Mine is gonna be the best, everyone.
No shot.
It is.
We'll start with something pretty simple. I'm just going for the classic Shin Ramyeon recipe. Have you seen this one before?
I don't know what you're making, so I don't know what it is.
This is the most basic ramyeon food hack you can do. Quite simple. First, we're gonna take a container, crack an egg. Oh, God. We're gonna take some minced garlic, only because I couldn't be bothered to get some fresh stuff. Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully that's not too much, actually.
Garlic is never enough.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I love garlic.
I know a whole bunch of people who beg to differ.
What? Is there anybody who doesn't like garlic?
I think, like, my entire family hates garlic.
Now I don't like it.
Yeah, also some Kewpie mayo. This is a spicy version. I thought I could do with a little extra kick.
I don't
Give it
mind
a
it.
generous amount. Well, if the spice wasn't already enough, we got some chilies as well.
We're gonna rate like how good the food is, right?
Yeah, this should get 10 out of 10. Well, we got the wet ingredients. The next part, which will like solidify it a little bit, we take the ramen noodles out and we're gonna use the sauce packets. This is black version.
So I've never tried this version actually.
Neither have I. To be honest, I'm kind of winging it, but...
You know, you asked me this is like a typical hack. I've never seen this kind of thing.
Okay, it's a typical hack with a little bit of my own flair. Too much powder? Is it safe?
Hucham. Hucham means after. So after everything is cooked, you add. No! After!
This is my recipe. Ramen packet trying to tell me what to do.
This is my country's ramyun.
Yeah.
You're ruining it. What? You're putting.
My country has a long history of taking
Not
over
having a
people's
good
culture, stealing other people's food. We like to call that colonization. Is this how it should be? I don't know.
What do you mean you prepared this recipe?
Look, I'm trying it for the first time. This is the first time you're trying it?
You said if I know this recipe? I've never seen this kind of thing on social media. It looks like my toilet.
Oh God, oh God.
I don't think he's gonna win today. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Brick ramen, some water. Then we just bring that to a boil. Now we just wait, I guess. I just fill this pan with the
Oh, why is it so gooey? Oh, I wanna go home.
No, this is gonna taste so good. I'm happy to experience my first time with you.
Me too.
Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's hot.
Why do you moan like that, Josh?
Oh God. Take the water from the boiling ramen pot, pour some of it in. Not too much, because I think you don't want the egg to start cooking immediately. You just kind of want to stream in enough that it mixes in well, and then you can add more hot water after.
So he actually knew what he was doing.
This is gonna turn out to be like a really good ramen base. Probably. Yeah, this has turned into like a really nice looking broth.
Yeah.
Okay, now just the ramen goes in.
Everything?
I think so.
Oh, it looks good.
Honestly, not bad.
Looks not bad, but how about the taste? That's the problem. What have I got myself into? Help!
Soft-boiled egg.
Oh, I'm drooling actually.
Oh yeah. Oh, that changes everything. That literally changes everything.
Just one little egg changes everything.
Also, obviously, it's not healthy until you add some greens to it. So I got some dried parsley. Kind of just sprinkle that on top.
It looks good. Oh my God, it looks good with green.
It's now or never. Let's go for it. Cheers.
Yeah, boy.
No.
I don't think it's that good.
Really?
Yeah.
Josh, you're a gourmet. I was gonna say I kind of like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's really garlicky, like to the point where I think I use too much garlic.
I mean, I think maybe that's why I like it, because it's garlicky. And I like how creamy the broth is. I think it's because of mayo, right?
Maybe. It just tastes like garlic manifest. I'm glad you like it. I would give this, personally, C tier.
C tier.
Only because B tier is something I would do if I had the effort to do it, like, and I wanted something that tastes better than what the original would be. C tier is to me, is something that I would not put the effort to do because it just is not as good as the original.
There's this Japanese ramen kind that I really love. I don't know what it is, but this place just puts tons of garlic in it. And even when I go to Ichiran, I ask for like extra garlic cloves. But you know, I just make it extra garlicky, and I kind of taste it here. And I love it. It's an A for me. Get extra garlic. And even when I go to Ichiran, I ask for like extra garlic cloves. But you know, I just make it extra garlicky, and I kind of taste it here. And I love it. It's an A.
You eat that much garlic. That is insane. Garlic is so overpowering, man. You can't just dump it. I barely put in, when I make spaghetti, I just sprinkle some garlic powder. Barely even. Like a half tablespoon maybe, or a tablespoon. God damn.
Would do if I had the effort to do it, like, and I wanted something that tastes better than what the original would be. C tier is to me, is something that I would not put the effort to do because it just is not as good as the original.
There's this Japanese ramen kind that I really love. I don't know what it is, but this place just puts tons of garlic in it. And even when I go to Ichiran, I ask for like extra garlic cloves. But you know, I just make it extra garlicky, and I kind of taste it here. And I love it. It's an A for me.
All right,
know what?
meet in the middle, we'll give it a B.
I have to go for it.
You know, I'll take that. B was my second choice. All right, let's do the next one. This one will be you.
Okay guys, now this is my turn. This is my first recipe. You only need two things. First, shin ramen and just rice. This is microwavable rice. Original recipe does it with just regular rice, but I think this is gonna work, so let's see how it works out.
It sounds pretty basic.
The thing is, this recipe has been going viral in Korea forever. It is really simple, but
Rice and
it
ramen?
turns out really great.
I'm excited to try
Simple
it.
but the best. Let's try it out. Okay, first one, you gotta put the rice in it.
Nice.
Problem is, original recipe is uncooked rice, but this is all we have now. So let's see if it works out. So you're gonna put everything in the pot. Yes, get in there. So basically, this recipe is just making rice with ramen on top, but this rice is already cooked. So let's see how it turns out. And 1.5 cup of water. I hope it's okay. Mix it a little bit, so it's evenly spread out. It doesn't look good already.
I think it's fine. Don't worry about it. Give it a minute. You know, warm it up. It's just cold.
Okay.
Oh, God.
And then open up your shin ramen. Oh God, okay. Add the flake. Mix it well.
I'm not gonna lie, this is really just seeming like rice and ramen.
This-
Which
yeah,
it
it
is.
is, it is, yeah,
It
it
is.
is.
Call it a food hack
going
though
viral.
is almost like insulting to the previous food hacks.
Just put the ramen noodle, and then it said just make sure it's like half soaked, not fully. Yeah, let's see how it turns out. And then just like boil it for like
so
5 minutes
simple.
until
It's
the
weird how
rice
it's
is
a
cooked.
hack.
And then you don't want to like cook it too long because you want like a little bit al dente.
Like
Then
bread and peanut
you
butter.
Close it. Boil it for 5 minutes. Oh my! What is burning?
The pot.
This one? Okay, let's use a frying pan. Okay, now it's good. Okay.
Don't worry, the room only smells like burnt chemicals.
Yeah.
This is taking too long. We need some Subway surfers. Put that on the side real
Yes,
quick
please.
whilst we just get this cooking. Maybe a little bit of Minecraft parkour.
5, 4, 3.
I was about to like kiss your phone and then I realized you have a photo of the Rizzler on your lock screen.
Don't kiss the minor, Josh. What have you been?
I don't want to.
3, 2.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, it is.
Because there are not enough water. Noodle fully soak all the flakes.
The
all the-
umami.
Yes.
Oh man,
Wanna try it?
I need some noodles. I need some chopsticks.
Oh yes. Oh.
First bites for you guys.
I love the moaning. Try not to grab same noodle so we don't end up.
No, that's the point.
They did it again.
Mission failed.
That actually goes crazy.
It's so good, right? The noodle soaked all the flavor in, right?
Exactly. This might be blasphemy. Usually, sometimes when I'm feeling lazy and I want some ultra flavor,
Yes.
I'll take like the ramen packet, put it in a bowl, small bowl, a little bit of boiling water, put it in the microwave.
That's what I was thinking.
Melts it all, it gets rid of everything, so you're just left with the noodles, powder packet infused into it. That is that on steroids. That is so
Yeah, this is the type of texture that you get if you do microwave.
Exactly. That goes so crazy.
Liars?
Oh, that's a good shot.
Oh, I'm on fucking pencil.
Oh, this one looks so good. Oh my, look at the steam. Oh,
Yeah, I know.
I'm so sorry.
A second before you spat that out, I was like, oh shit, he's a real man. He's going in for that. Trying to forget what I've seen.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
A. S.
Oh shit. I thought you were going hard on it. You liked it.
I love
I
it.
love it. I think S tier.
For me-
I would bring it down to an A tier. Yeah, only because maybe the food hack, the rice part of it, I won't do. But the flavor part of it, god damn, that's built different.
It was so flavorful, but I think it's too salty. So I think once in a while, I will do it.
I didn't even consider it, but right now I can literally feel my mouth.
Yeah, because like, I mean, it's
Take it away off
good,
the lips.
it's good salty, but I don't think it's healthy. I mean, ramen is not probably healthy for you anyway.
Yeah, but I would never drink the whole Shin Ramyun broth, and that feels like the equivalent of drinking the whole broth.
I would do A tier.
Okay, I'll
We're
take
really
it.
good.
I'll knock it down. Going to A.
Okay, let's go. I'm winning so far.
Yeah, 100%. Everything's about to change with this next one.
Okay, loser gets to do something then.
Winner gets to post a story post on the other person's Instagram. Anything they want.
I'm down.
Oh god, I'm gonna start crafting up.
I'm gonna spread one's butt cheek.
This one is about to blow your socks off.
What is that?
Let me just give you a little anecdote. Maybe just a hypothetical situation. Oh, Christmas just happened. Your family notices that the little Timmy, he's been really enjoying that buldak ramyeon. You know what? I think we should get him some buldak ramyeon for Christmas. So she goes to the store, she tries to find some classic buldak ramyeon. She's like, you know, the brand is the brand, it's whatever. Parents
It looks the
aren't
same.
that in tune with that type of thing. It looks the same. So what they've actually done is, oops.
Oh no!
She bought you Some 3 times bulldog ramyeon.
I don't think you can buy it in Korea.
She found these in an underground street stall.
No, not she. How did you even buy it? How do you even?
How do I have them?
Yes.
I know a guy.
I hate that guy.
Your poor mother, she wants you to eat it.
And then she want to see you enjoying it, right?
Yeah, she wants to see you enjoying it. She wants to bite even, and she's terrible with spicy food.
It's just me.
You might be thinking, how can you remedy the situation? How can you make it less spicy? Well, I've got some milk, cooking cream, I got some mature cheddar cheese, and the refreshing taste of avocado. We're gonna try and nullify the spice in this 3 times so that it's just regular ramen.
Wait, what is the point of trying this then? Nullify
I just gave you the whole situation.
Oh, because the little kid has to nullify this.
Yeah, this has happened.
I'm the little kid!
This is a common situation.
Okay, I love this actually.
Thank you. 3 times bulldog ramyeon. Expired in 2025.
Wait, what?
Or it might have only been a month ago.
Oh, God. I mean, yeah, what's the worst thing that can happen? We are boiling it, so technically it's gonna be fine, I hope.
All right, we're just gonna let those soften up for a little bit.
Oh, nice and smooth.
You might be asking, how much cheese do I need to use? You need to use enough cheese to the point where you think, this is too much cheese, and then a little bit more cheese.
That's what you should do with garlic, actually.
No.
Put a lot of garlic in it,
absolutely
and then if
not.
you think, oh, maybe it's too much, then you put a little bit more.
Who do you agree with? Because that is not correct. Are you lactose intolerant by chance?
No, I think.
Oh, then we're going a little bit harder. And then we're gonna prepare our avocado. Extra flavor.
Oh.
And then just kind of twist it a little bit. And if the avocado is ripe, it just pops out.
Oh.
And then just slice up the avocado. Have you ever done the noodle test? You grab one,
And throw it in the wall?
throw it at the wall.
You wanna try it?
Yeah, ready? Oh no, it went behind the sofa! No! No! You know what, we'll just leave it there. that will end well.
Professional YouTuber.
It's so dirty behind there. We're gonna add some cooking cream.
I love it, actually.
Kinda like that.
I love it. I love how creamy it is. Oh, it's so creamy. Oh my God.
But I think too much of it and it's gonna be too fatty. So I got some 0% fat free milk. After all, we're on a diet.
Why does it look extra black?
Okay, add the cheese. And we cook it again.
The color is black.
But it will even out to be like a really nice reddy orange.
I hope it
Look at
does.
this, it's basically carbonara.
This is real carbonara, by the way.
Yeah, Italians, take note. I would like to be a bulldog ambassador.
Me too.
I want to meet the chicken. Please send him to my house.
What do you want to do with it? Oh, don't look at me like that, Josh.
What the?
The color looks really weird in real life.
I think it's okay.
It's not even red or orange.
I think this is good. You know what? We could garnish it with a soft-boiled egg. Why not? At this point, might as well add some chili.
No. The whole point was nullifying the spice.
You need a little spice to live.
Oh, that's a lot.
You just have to avoid it.
It's like a Russian roulette. Oh.
It smells carbonara.
Smells like, the tteokbokki that we tried to get.
Oh yeah, rosé tteokbokki type. Or
Maybe he's onto something, really.
this.
Oh.
I could add avocado to anything, dude.
Looks so good.
I think I killed it. And considering this is a homemade recipe, that goes crazy. It's heavy as well. Let's try it.
Oh, that looks good. Cheers.
Cheers.
It worked.
Oh my God. We're actually,
It's so good.
don't get me wrong, it's still spicy.
I don't feel 3x.
It's regular bulldog spicy, if not like
I think it's
half.
less than.
I think it's like that half spicy bulldog.
No, it's a little bit spicy. Oh, but yeah.
That is not as bad as it was before.
It's not even regular bulldog spicy.
God damn.
Wow. Avocado adds a lot. I'm going in for another bite.
It matches the bulldog flavor so good.
I think the cooking cream is the key element.
Yeah, this works so well. I've never used it before. I just feel like I've seen it. People use it with pasta.
It's full of fat here, I guess.
If 100 milliliters here is 27 calories.
Yeah.
So that adding
Like
this,
10x.
using this instead of the water brings this up to like 1,500 calories. Warning, do not try this at home,
I mean, when you're on a diet.
ever.
But it's so delicious. You wanna do the tier list or?
The thing is, it scratches the itch for me. It's just so spicy, but also bearable.
Okay, should I go first?
Oh God, this is hard. Yeah, you tell me what you.
You know, for me, it's straight ass.
I was thinking so too.
You know, I was talking about health and everything. This makes me forget about my health and I just want to keep eating it. Because also, you have avocado. How to balance this out?
It's healthy.
It is healthy with avocado.
The fact that there's avocado, oh my God, that changes everything. Pure amounts of copium. Next ramen.
Okay, my last tag is the one that I tried on my video, which is bulldog burrito. Really good, you gotta try this one.
I remember, that is a good one.
Yes. First, of course, we have to cook bulldog. I prefer carbonara because I'm not good with spicy food. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's whatever. Oh, it's fine. Like a slave.
It's very simple, again.
It's straightforward.
Whew, looks so good. You make this delicious carbonara bulldog. Yes. The next step is getting your rice paper.
So just kind of wet the rice paper with water and then it slowly softens up.
Perfect. Put it here. This. And bulldog goes in. Oh, yes.
And then we got chicken tenders down here as well.
Yeah. Let's put one. Let's put two.
No way.
Let's put two.
Okay.
Look at that. Oh my God, that's a beauty. And then we gotta put some ranch in.
I can already tell it's gonna be good.
And some ranch.
Yeah, emphasis on the some. Just a little bit.
It's never enough. That's it.
Was that it?
Yeah. And you wrap it up. Oh, look at the beauty. Oh my God. I want to put the thing in my mouth right now. Turned out so good.
Let us see. Oh, wow. Oh, that is crazy.
And the other side too? Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, it's so sticky.
Put the thing on my burrito.
There you go.
First bite for you. First bite for you. Oh my God.
Okay, let me sauce you up.
Oh, it's so good.
That's good. I have one issue with it though.
What? Oh my God.
The rice paper wrap.
Really?
It's so uncomfortable. But it tastes so good though.
Oh yeah.
I'm so full, but even still, it tastes so good. Oh.
I love the chewiness, not just like tortilla burrito, you know?
I need the tortilla burrito. I'm a big fan. That, not honestly, I think it gets knocked down a peg.
Really?
If it was tortilla burrito, I think it would have been better. But that being said, still one of the best ones we had so far.
And also that Korean yangnyeom chicken, right?
So sweet.
Yes, I think that sweetness is a lot too. And creamy ranch and the spicy mayo. Oh my God, it's perfect.
That's a crazy amount of flavors. I would hate to count the calories on this one, but 3, 2, 1. A tier.
Wait, what was it?
A tier.
Oh, come on!
I think it's just not quite as good as the previous one.
Oh, because of the rice paper?
Because of the rice paper.
Are you against
That
Asians?
let it down. I'm against. No. I was gonna say something pretty bad. No, never mind. It was just a joke.
It kind of bursted all over the place.
Yeah, and if the structural integrity is not there. If it was a burrito or even like a Crunchwrap Supreme style,
Maybe I should have put like 4 rice papers.
even still, the stickiness would have got to me. To be fair though, I will bump it up to S tier for you though, because yeah, instead of bringing it down to A, we can bump it up to S because
Shake on it.
it's still really good.
You know what that means? I won!
Wait, hold on.
We're gonna spread some chicks today.
Wait, what? You're gonna spread my cheeks?
I don't know. People are gonna find out on your stories.
I thought this was supposed to be punishment. Overall, some pretty good food hacks. Thanks for coming out here. Thanks for being on the video. I appreciate that. And sharing with me your burrito. Oh my God, and the other one, the microwave, the rice shin ramyun, that was so good.
Everything was good. I'm so glad I finally got to try your avocado recipe.
But yeah, I would say even still in the S tier category, the avocado recipe is like placed just above this one.
Okay. I mean, yeah, to be fair, that was so good.
It was too good. Let us know if you have any other recipes you want to share with us. We'll do those maybe next time in the comments if this video does well enough. Hit that like button, subscribe, go check out I Am From Korea.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
medium's effect on a thing as it passes through it, you're literally seeing the interaction of that medium. You're seeing the medium that it's passing through.
Prison ramen.
Longtime fans of the channel know that I love to hate bad media, and one subgroup produces a lot of it. I'm of course talking about conservatives and their animated shows. For me, I associate cartoons with nostalgic Saturday mornings and heroes fighting the bad guys, but for right-wingers, I guess they associate them with bad animation and racism.
God, I love black people. I'll always fight for you, Jamal, no matter what.
Enter the subject of today's video, the Will Stancil Show. I've been doing YouTube for 2 years now, and in that time, there have been a bunch of new ways that have been created to manufacture this slop content. Because for instance, while Mr. Bircham had to subcontract a Southeast Asian animation house, which hated both their concept and their bigotry, the Will Stancil Show, on the other hand, has a new #1 employee, and their name is Sora. And Sora is doing a very bad job.
My head feels awful. What did I do last night?
The Will Stancil Show is a right-wing satire-esque thing based on somebody in real life who is named, what else, Will Stancil.
We ain't gonna fight no more, Mr. Stancil. That's a promise.
Yeah, and I'm even finna show up at my son's birthday party next week.
This fact will not surprise you. It was also created by an actual Nazi who lost her job. Yes, her job. I know, it's 2026 and they have women now. I tend to think of National Socialists as one big boys club that hates cooties almost as much as they hate the Jews, but maybe my thinking is a little bit outdated. Anyways, the Will Stancil Show was created by Emily Eustace, who was once fired from her job working concessions for the Philadelphia Phillies for being too racist. For those unfamiliar with the Phillies, that's like a doctor being fired from a hospital for being too good at saving lives. They just kept saving lives. She was literally wearing a hat to work that said, "Make the Phillies great again." That wasn't giving you any clues over there in the city of brotherly love? As the prior clips may indicate, yeah, while watching the show, it is pretty apparent that it was created by someone and written by someone who is a virulent bigot.
It's okay, ma'am. I have a Black Studies degree.
I think this point can also be proven by just telling you the logline of the first episode. Will Stancil solves violence in the black community by using his Black Studies degree and transforming into his alter ego of white N-word Will. I can't believe I went to college to study film and now I'm studying this.
Hey yo, it's Wigga Will up in the house, know what I'm saying?
That stogie in his hand appears to be suspended in the middle of the air thanks to the awesome power of terrible AI animation. So why are we looking at this racist cartoon? Well, to tell you the honest truth, I don't think anyone has been nearly mean enough to the person who made it. It's one thing to spew right-wing drivel into an echo chamber, i.e. the website formerly known as Twitter, but it's another thing entirely to have your AI slop actually examined with a critical lens. The Will Stancil Show has animation that ranges from mediocre to appalling, the messaging is almost as moronic as it is racist, and the writing, which apparently is the only element of the show, which was not created with generative AI, is perhaps the worst part of the entire ensemble. So today, let's have a laugh at the expense of one of the right wing's best and brightest cultural contributions, this shitty racist cartoon. Hey there, Pat, how's that new year going? Oh, hey weird guy who occasionally comes into my room. It's going pretty well, but I'm just struggling with my New Year's resolutions, you know, dieting, working out. My New Year's resolution is to Google you. Excuse me? Google, the search engine? Yeah, I know what Google is.
I'll watch this later. I'm gonna play a little bit of Overwatch. Sorry if that offends anyone. I kind of wanted to play Street Fighter, but I might rage edit it again. I might play it later. I am still in the mood to play it, but last time kind of pissed me off. Nobody wanted a fucking rematch. And I could have kept playing, but getting ranked points takes so long. And I don't like wasting my only time playing game just to fucking grind for points.
Vote for your map.
Georgie, what is wrong with you? Oh god, it's so cold.
Now entering King's Row.
Oh no, I am intrigued by how the sound moves behind my eyes when I listen.
Oh, that's because it's binaural. Glad you like it.
There's always science to be done.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. Let's get them on the spot.
What?
You're safe with me. Barrier initiated. It's nothing personal, I promise. Barrier initiated.
Someday violence will be unnecessary.
Barrier activated.
It is so cold. I'm gonna get going in a minute. I'm actually feeling a little sleepy. I got on really late. But I'll be back on later. I got just some stuff I gotta do this morning. I don't know. And I need to put on like something warmer. Sammy. It's taking a minute this morning to get a match.
I am always ready to execute. Double fixating on target. Capabilities maxed. My skills are improving. Scaling up. Major gaining altitude. An effective course of action. Adaptive circuits engaged. Tracer. Just in time. Time's up. All systems on optimal levels. Select a map. Traveling to Havana.
We're here to be heard.
That music. Could the volume be increased?
Really? You're a fan of my tune?
Of course! They are delightfully distracting. Hold your thumbs, and we'll get through this all right.
Emery always said he'd retire here. Wonder where he ended up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. The enemy has stopped the payload.
I'm under attack! Have this out there! Let's get loud!
Nothing bad. Minor perk unlocked.
Wait till we hit the drop.
It's go time.
Yeah, I'll turn it up.
Stop the payload. The flames of liberation rise. Convene here.
This beat will heal you up. Next track.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Barriers nearly
Now that's the sound therapy.
Thank you.
This music stops for no one. Healing boost.
It's go time. Do something.
Time for a remix. Oh, you want to hear this? Back on. Oh, let's break it. Damn!
They're moving the payload.
What is that guy doing?
We're going against the odds.
He's just throwing.
Don't worry, I'll be right
Payload
behind
has
you.
reached the checkpoint.
Keep an eye out. I'm here to help. Angel at your shoulder.
barrier is nearly spent.
Stay watching over you.
I'm on my game now. It's go time.
Zeit für einen neuen Plan. Excellent.
I'm on fire.
You call?
Time at maximum speed.
Another attack. Heightening your capabilities. Heroes never die.
I'm on my game now.
Medical technology is truly
That's the
extraordinary.
same. Wow.
不许走。My duty is being done.
Supernova!
I'm surprised we're winning.
My skills are still needed. Here to help. Activating healing stream. I am fully focused.
Line at work.
It's go time.
I better be more careful.
Play of the game.
Do something.
It's what I just do now. If people are just gonna throw and just fuck up the match, I just fucking report them. Because they're little bitches. We were doing good. We probably could have won if I was able to fly to that Moira in time. Roroni. I think I'm gonna get going. Get some rest, but I'll be back later. But peace out.